So I started this channel because I wanted a channel of my own, and I have multiple YouTube channels. I have a channel for skateboarding, and I have a channel for music, and I have a channel for my business as a dog trainer. So I have a whole bunch of YouTube channels that I keep up, but they're all very specific, and none of them were places where I felt like I could just kind of talk about whatever I wanted to talk about or make a video about whatever I wanted to. So that's one of the reasons why I started this channel. And when I did start the channel, one of the rules I had for myself was that there would be no rules, that there's no structure. I could post whatever I wanted to post on here. And I've been posting some short form videos on my opinions on different things and sharing some of what's going on in my life. And one of the things I love watching on YouTube are reaction videos. So I thought I would make my own reaction video and post something a little different on the YouTube channel here. And maybe I'll do some more reaction videos in the future. Maybe they'll be to music that I like. Maybe somebody puts out a new skateboard part and I will do a reaction video to their skateboard part. But today we are reacting to a band. And today won't be a true reaction video. This isn't a first time. I have seen this performance in this band before, which is what inspired me to make this video, because I was blown away by this band. So one of my favorite YouTube channels is KEXP, and I just want to thank everybody over at KEXP for all the absolute wonderful bands that you've brought into my life over the years. They get some big name acts on there, but they do a lot of just indie bands, and I find it's a great, if I see a new video coming up from KEXP, I watch it, and like 8 times out of 10 will go. 8 times out of 10, I'm a fan. Like, I really like the band, but this band, next level. So today we are going to react to a video from Angine de Poitrine, and these guys are from Saguenay, Quebec, and hopefully I'm pronouncing their name right, because I am Canadian, so I should be able to pronounce things in French at least somewhat. They're two people. We don't know who they are. Their backstory that they say is they're like brothers from another galaxy, but they never speak in interviews. They use voice modulation, and they're in these costumes, and we don't know anything about them, and that is the point. They said they wanted to be anonymous so that you focus on the music, but I think there's also like a performance aspect because they are in costumes. But hopefully that doesn't take away from the music. So, yeah, let's get into it. Let's start checking this out. This is called Fabienk, I believe is how you pronounce it, and Angine de Poitrine, which actually in English translates roughly to heart pain. And wait till you see the pace these guys go at. That's a little manic, so maybe that's what their name means. So let's check them out. I'm going to enjoy a cup of coffee while we do this. So maybe you're wondering how that guitar is still playing and he's not playing it. So he uses a looper pedal, and we'll talk about that in a minute. That wild guitar bass combo that he's got going on. The first thing I noticed, I mean, other than the fact that they're wearing giant paper mache costumes, like giant paper mache heads, you'll notice it sort of sounds dissonant or sort of like off tune or something. So the reason is he's playing a microtonal guitar. So that double guitar bass monstrosity is what they call a microtonal. So on regular guitars and regular basses, you've seen frets, and that's the spaces you put your finger in between the frets, the little steel ridges. and that's how you make different notes. And in Western music, we have 12 notes. And in some Asian cultures like India, they do a lot of microtonal music, and think of those as the notes in between the notes. And that's why when you hear like music from India, a lot of people, it doesn't sound good to our ears initially because we're not used to those kinds of scales, those notes. So that's what he is playing there. He's got a microtonal guitar and a microtonal bass. They both have to be microtonal. And that's why it sounds so kind of weird or dissonant in the beginning. But imagine he's got way more notes to play with, so he can be a lot more creative. These guys are tight. They are locked in together. Just the two of them. But, man, they got a groove going. So now he's looping, right? He's got the bass line and the original guitar line looped. You see that? He's turning knobs with his toes. Initially, I was wondering why he didn't have shoes on. Because he's turning knobs with his toes. Oh yeah, listen to that groove. He's got quite the pedal board there. He's got a lot of guitar effects going on. That is for sure. How are these guys even able to see? Like, the drummer's eyes are in that little mouth there. Like, he's looking through the mouth at the drum kit. And look at the costume he's got on. He's got a drum with his costume on. And the guitar player is looking through this crazy mask. So I actually did read somewhere that he relies mostly on muscle memory, or she, I should say, we don't know. And just think on a regular guitar, the space you got, look at how tiny the space is between the frets on that guitar. And he's relying on muscle memory. Man, he's got to be exact. Listen to that dissonant like chord they let out. And now we got a little breakdown coming. Come on. Look at this bass line. Creamy, right? Smooth. I love it. These guys are into it, right? Like, look at the drummers kind of grooving. So this thing that they're doing, right? I watched a few live performances from them, and you can see on the guitar player's hat, we'll call it, there's a triangle, and on the center of the drummer, the moo-moo is a triangle, and they do this thing, like they get their little triangle up, and I watched some live videos, and in the live videos, the whole audience is like putting the triangles up, like they come out and they do the triangle, and then the audience does the triangle back, and like there's this whole performance, and I think they've gotten a bit of traction now because of this KEXP performance, but the shows I've seen, they're small shows, like club shows, but like the audience that's there is into it, man. They are there. They are there to check these two out. So it's like a cult following, right? For sure. And again, you can hear that they've got they got mics, I believe, inside of their costumes, and it's just going through some voice modulation. They're not even really saying anything, right? This is all part of the act. It's musical, but it's not lyrics. drummer's not doing anything like miraculous, right? But it doesn't need it. He's just got to keep this groove rocking. Right, so now we've got another loop going. Got that bass looping. Now he's got another like progression looping under that. You see that again? Toe turning on the knobs. Right? He just hit the switch on the looper again, so he's got another layer. Toe turning again on the knobs. Toe turning. This guy's doing a lot of pedal dancing, as they call it, or pedal disco, right? He's focused on playing the guitar, stepping on effects, triggering different effects as he's playing. He's got to get his timing right on the loop as well. And I think they showed it earlier, but he's got it. So, like, I love live looping, right? I said that I'm a guitar player and I loop. This is a Electro Harmonix 720 looper, and basically run your guitar in here, out the other side, and then every time I step on the foot switch, it starts recording, and then when I step on the foot switch again, it stops recording. So it's creating a loop, and the timing of the loop is up to me. So his timing has to be impeccable. Like when he clicks that button the second time, it's locking that loop time in, and then everything he adds onto that loop is staying in time. Now, he is using a Boss RC6, so his looper has 6 tracks. So on this, I have 1 track. Now, I can lay down as many layers as I would like, so I could put 100 layers on here. It'd sound pretty messy, for sure. But I have 1 track playing, so think of like a tape recorder that you just keep playing over and over, and you're adding new layers to it. But with him, he's got 6 different like tracks that are all locked together. So it gives him a lot more flexibility on being able to take guitar parts in and out, or add the bass line in and then take it out, add a little lead lick in and take it out. So he's got a lot more flexibility, but that also means he's dealing with 6 tracks. He's got to keep track of 6 different guitar parts potentially, or like bass and guitar parts. So he's got a lot more flexibility, but a lot more going on in the looping department there for sure. So good. Yeah, so that's the looper there. Let's just back this up for a sec. Yeah, so this is his looper, and like the comparative length, he's got a whole row of buttons down here, and look at this. There we go. He is turning the knob with his toes. I'm guessing it's a he. I don't know. Maybe like there's some hair on the legs. That's just my assumption, but could be a lady that just likes hair on her legs too. So, you know, we don't want to pigeonhole people here, that's for sure. But so that, to me, that I believe that's an RC600, Boss RC600 looper. A lot going on there. Like all of those buttons are separate tracks, essentially. Like, how cool are these guys? Angine de Poitrine, I highly recommend checking them out. You can see the whole live performance. That was just one song. The whole live performance is on KEXP, And if you have never heard of KEXP, the infamous radio station from Seattle, man, go check them out. Like they're just phenomenal. They put up some of the best music, and they're open to everything. Like from episode to episode on their live performance series, you could get like a jazz band, and then heavy metal, and then like an electronic duo, like who knows. And sometimes you get this, and absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on Angine de Poitrine. And if they come anywhere near here, I mean, I am definitely going to go and check them out. Great to see a good Canadian band from Quebec, Saguenay, Quebec. Yeah, performance art, band, musicians, a little bit of everything in there. So yeah, that's my take on them. And again, maybe I'll come back with another reaction video to another band I like. Maybe it'll be a reaction to something else. Who knows? But either way, hope you enjoyed my first one, and I'll see you in another video.